Hello, everyone. Welcome. How is everyone today? We have a new guest on tonight. It's very exciting. Hello, Pyromancer. How goes it? How's it going, Nix? Good to see you. Welcome once again. Hey, Mayor. Good to meet you, my friend. It is good to see you all back today. From what I remember of my birthday, Nix, I had an excellent time. The past few days have been something of a blur, however. I've just been role-playing Finbar, that's the truth. This is vicious rumor. Hey, Mythomatic. Why are you on the show tonight, I wonder? How have everyone's weeks been? That's what I want to know. Any good D&D extravaganzas we've been partaking in? Good, good to see you, Harkin. Good to see you back. Care to explain, Pyromancer? Somewhat confused. Is this your D&D character? Or is this you in real life? 'I see your role-playing character. That makes far more sense. One minute remaining. Dun dun dun. Well, we do have another character in Harkin, and perhaps he will be of the Dragonborn persuasion. Let's go. Hello and welcome to Encounter Roleplay, Dungeons and Dragons live role-playing show and podcast. We are here once again in the Isles of Anesterion, and you might notice that we are all rather suited and booted, and this was for a particular reason, because we have a guest who is not actually Beth, despite the name tag I have put on you.
My Beth? Oh.
Yeah, I need to.
You've done so well.
I need to change that, but
Still not as bad as last stream.
Love it.
So we have Mythmatic with us. Say hello, Myth.
Hey, everybody.
And in honor, we are suited and booted. But I, of course, am not the GM of tonight's show. I am merely the host, and I'll hand you over to James.
Me?
Andy.
Well, hello everybody. I, of course, will be the DM tonight, through some weird shipping error, I assume. So we're back for episode 2.1 of Isle of Anesterion after the interesting experience that was me trying to stream on Monday, which we've deleted and will never speak of again.
It never happened.
It just never happened. Monday I was sound asleep. Didn't see anything. So who have we got with us today? Josh, who are you going to be playing?
I will be playing somebody called Darius, who I almost completely just forgot about there. Yes, I will be playing Darius, the elf, and I am a ranger.
Excellent. And we have, of course, Will with a fan favourite.
I am playing Finbar, the human bard, and I will be regaling you all with my tales and music of Galgatron.
The mighty Galgatron. And we have our guest, Cord, aka Mythmatic, aka
Hello.
any number of other names. It must be an American thing.
Yeah.
Who are you? Who are you? Why are you here? Why are you in my house? And who are you playing?
I'm Mythmatic. I stream as well. Will and I met over some D&D. He was watching me in my game, and I was watching him in his. And I was like, hey, we should get together. And he's like, all right. And then he introduced me to James, and now I'm here. So anyway, today I will be playing Ishtuak, the Dragonborn monk.
Excellent.
So yeah.
So, last episode finished on the, I should have made dates clear, but on the 19th of January, the party returned, unsuccessful, having failed to get the guards back, but having avenged them on the 19th of January. It's now the 21st. Well, this one little scene is on the 21st, and a ship has pulled into port. Where it's about middle of the day. Where would Darius and Finbar? Where would you be? The tavern's not built yet at this point.
I'd probably be in the Mute's Den, the other tavern, which is built. I'll probably be drinking and perhaps regaling some people with a few tales.
Excellent. And Darius?
Darius will be overseeing construction of the tavern.
Excellent. So, cut to Ishtuak. You're in the hold of this ship. You've been here for a few months, along with your kind of half a dozen other shipmates. So, neither of you are outside. So, Ishtuak, you pretty much a man comes down. You'd recognise him. Don't know whether you would have heard his name. Unlikely, because he's not really interacted with you at all. He's quite an old man. I'll just grab his description. He is a rather tall man, wearing fine silver armour. He's got a full head of brown hair. He looks about 50 years old, but he's quite a kind-faced man. And he opens the door and says, "Well, this is our stop." And
I'm not in a cell, am I?
You're not in a cell. You're just in
Okay.
a room. And he gestures to kind of for you to get out, and he disappears. He walks away.
Okay. I go and I drape my leathers or my furs over my shoulder, and then I secure it with my robe, and then I bind my hands and walk out.
Cool.
Into the brisk air.
Cool. So you would immediately be. It's quite a kind of muggy environment. I did take the dock off of the map because it kept breaking. But just to the south of the map, there's a dock, and you would pretty much walk out. So we obviously, you and I discussed what was happening. Cord. So do you want to just run us through what Ishtuak's been up to for the next 2 days, I believe it is. Yeah, it's the 20th. It's 21st today. Session 2 officially begins on the 24th. So there's a few days. What do you do in those few days?
Sure. Ishtuak, kind of during these couple days, he's been looking for places to really call, I guess, his home for the day or two, some sort of security. And he finds the first night he is a bit unsure of where to settle. He does some exploring and doesn't quite like the snow. And then, because that is like icy, right?
It's plains of ice as far as I can see.
Yeah, exactly. He takes a couple steps and is like, no, and then turns around and tries to find a place. It isn't until the second day that he actually finds the Temple of Anaximander.
Anaximander. We'll get it. We'll get it down. Anaximander.
Anaximander.
There we go.
I'll just have a giant sticker on my monitor. Yeah, so Anaximander, he probably stays in the bunkhouse for like the first night, and then it isn't until late probably that he finds the temple, and that's when he really finds himself the most comfortable. And he likes to, as any reptile would, coil next to something hot. So he finds it best usually next to one of their sconces or braziers.
Yeah. There's I imagine some more things. Given that it's run by Shendar, of course the whatchamacallit is a sorcerer, I think. So Dragonborn sorcerer, who was our guest last week. He's taken you in. And you've been kind of hanging out with him. Obviously, any conversations that do happen, we'll do in character if you and Harkin are ever there at the same time. But yes, as Harkin says in the chat, Anaximander, confirmed best deity. But that's not what everyone on this island would say. So that's pretty much what Ishtuak's been up to. The rest of you, things that you would have noticed, obviously you've been building the tavern. Darius, do you want to roll me a strength? Are you mostly organising, or are you joining in and building as well?
I've just realised I did actually have something else to do while I was.
Hit me with it. Tell me.
I'm going to go find I can't remember the name of the captain. The
Guard Captain Yorick.
Guard Captain Yorick. I'm gonna go find him, and I presume, being a guard captain, he would have a large map in his room.
Certainly. Let's roleplay it. So would you go to his office where you spoke to him before?
Yeah, that's exactly
cool.
where I go.
So you're approaching, and out comes a man of the same description, the tall, kind of oldish man with brown hair who gestured for whatchamacallit, Ishtuak to get off the ship. And he's just passing on his way out. He gives you a kind of a smile and a nod. And Yorick, Guard Captain Yorick, looks up and says, "Oh, come in."
I enter, sort of gaze around the room. Does he have a map on display?
Not that you can obviously see.
Okay, cool.
What can I do for you?
So, before departing, and once again, my condolences on the passing away of your guards.
That's all right.
So before departing, one of your men was good enough to provide me with this, and I pull out the map that I was given by one of the guards.
Yep.
So, well, having done a bit more scouting, and, well, I figured I could point out a few more landmarks and give you a better gauge of distance, if you'd be interested.
Certainly would be appreciated.
So,
And he pulls out a large scroll from a drawer and plonks it out on the table.
cool. Yeah, I essentially just want to help. I'm not charging. I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart.
Sweet.
Do I need to roll something for this?
Nah, you're literally just copying. You're copying a picture. It's not that hard.
No, but I mean, I'm adding because I as a ranger, I feel I would have picked up on more things
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
for example, the cave
What
and stuff.
we
So that's
yeah
fine.
we spoke and you did say, although you were very tired, you did say you were updating it as you went.
Yeah.
So I've always run on the assumption that you've got a map, so you'll update it as you go, because that's kind of the
Cool.
premise behind the map page on
Yep.
Roll20.
Thank
Is
you
anyone
very
else
much.
getting echo through anyone? Is it only me that can hear
Not
me
so
twice?
bad.
I can hear it.
Will?
I can hear it a little bit.
Yeah, Josh, it might be you. I don't know. I'll try
Yeah.
and
Can you-
I'll see if it goes
okay,
away.
We'll see.
We'll deal with that. But yeah, that happens.
Apart from that, yes, I am actually helping with the labouring.
Cool. Roll me a strength. Just click the strength saving throw button.
Cool.
That's a 10.
Yep.
So you're working on it. There's a couple of guys. There's Steve from the cookhouse. I think his name's Steve. I made him earlier. Yes, Steve the cookhouse master. My notes simply say Steve, cookhouse master. Pretty cool guy. Yeah, he's.
That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. He's just a pretty cool guy. He's been helping out. He's got a couple of his mates because the cookhouse isn't up to much. People are pretty much just living off of bread and cheese and stuff. It's not like they've got a huge amount to work with at the moment. But progress is a little bit slow.
Can I just say, because I think we did it off stream real quick.
Yep.
For those of you in chat, I've spent my favour with the guards to sort of get a couple of them in their downtime to come along and give me a hand building the tavern. And
It's like you read my mind,
yes,
as I was about to say. Yeah. So there's a couple of guards helping out. There's actually one guy who you'd know to be Sergeant Alexander. He's kind of the second in command. He's pretty stern-faced guy, but he's not one to shirk a debt, and he feels like he owes you because you brought his mate back. Well, brought his body back anyway.
yeah.
Shendar actually did the funeral rites for the passed away guards. So,
How did that go down, by the way?
what? As in, like, were people okay with it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it went pretty fine. In this world, it's like, so imagine if I went to India on holiday and died, and I was just
I do frequently.
yeah. It's a frequent fantasy of mine. But yeah, so imagine it would probably have about the same reaction as it'd be the same reaction. I'm an atheist, but it would have the same reaction as if someone gave me a Christian burial. People are pretty chilled about it. It's just a little bit of respect, kind of a traditionally thing. All the burial rites are pretty much the same, just the words are slightly different. So yeah, yeah, people were pretty okay with it, and Shendar was pretty respectful. So yeah, they're okay, and they're interred like in the crypt beneath the temple of Anaximander. So you're hammering away at a nail or some such, and an old rugged-looking man in fine silver armor approaches. You would have noticed. You may, if you were outside, you may have noticed or heard some rumours around, same with you, Finbar, that a procession of about 24,
I made
25
the rumours.
people... Didn't actually happen.
No.
Finbar's been feeding the DM rumours. But yeah, the procession of about 24, 25 kind of men and women got off the same ship that Ishtrak came off. There were a couple of colonists, but it was mostly those guys, and they went into Magister Salinar's for the day. And they've been in there doing God knows what. And so the day that we'll kind of skip it to is the 24th of January, the start of today's session. It's first thing in the morning. Darius, you're starting to wonder whether you'll get it done. As you're hammering this nail in, you hear a voice from behind you. Need a hand there, friend?
Are there a lot of people around, or has this sort of caught me a little off guard?
There's a couple of there's a couple of guards helping you out, and there's Steve, as I said, but it's not like you're completely alone.
Okay. Right, in which case I turn around and sort of praise who is striking up conversation.
It's well, as you turn around, you actually see 24 to 25 people. You see
Oh my God.
an array
Give
of
or
about and they pull out swords and murder you. You see about 24, 25 kind of guys. I'll say 24. I'll stop saying 24, 25 as if it's a generalization. There's 24 of them specifically.
You
either one or
immediately
the
count
other.
them all.
You immediately count them all. You count 12 women, 12 men, all of kind of varying ages, anywhere from about 17 to about 70. They're all clad in the same bright silver armor. And the man says, what does he say? What's his name? He says, my name's Sir Leopold. We are, well, we're in the town for a few days. We saw you getting some building done. Do you need a hand?
I smile kindly and say, would that I could, but I have no money to pay you.
'Tis no bother. We do not require any pay. Merely, we would like to certainly spend one last night in comfort and, well, this tavern. I'm assuming it's a tavern, given the sign. He points to the kind of sign. It's like hanging off at the moment. He says, yeah, we'd rather spend our last night in civilization in comfort rather than, well, freezing our asses off in the bunkhouse. And there's kind of a chuckle from the group behind him. Says, what do you say?
Oh dear. Oh.
That's quite a lot, simply because it's a steel gauntlet. Yeah, he shakes your hand, and these guys all immediately set to work, and there's a lot of progress. These guys are pretty hench. They're like average height from about 6 foot, and they're ripped. They're carrying an array of weapons. The women that are with them, they're just wearing robes. But as they kind of get started, you notice that they're not actually picking anything up. They're pretty much just levitating shit with their hands. Yeah, it's quite clear that they're wizards. Not necessarily really powerful ones, not that you can see.
Yeah, but
they're
can they move shit? That's
they
all
are
I need right now.
levitating things with as much efficiency as the men. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut to Finbar quickly, just a little catch up. Finbar, would you roll me a D100?
Yes,
I
would.
You know what's coming.
I will
Please.
indeed.
I want
I
31.
expect the storm to hit me any moment now.
A blizzard appears.
I rolled a 36. Oh, plus my level, so 38.
Who have you slept with this week?
Probably some wenches from the bar.
What, from the,
And the dwarf that mans the bar.
dwarf that
I mean,
into the new dwarf?
he may have walked in at some point. No, just some
roll me-
comely tavern wenches.
Roll me a d20.
Here we go. Gotta roll well here, boys. Nat 20.
Oh,
Here we
dear.
go. The most important
so
roll. I did so well.
You've got a bit of a problem. There's this. It's not a big one. You're kind of. This has happened to you before, but there's this woman. We'll say her name. We'll say her name is Cassie. That's a good name.
Cassie.
And she, well, you were barding, one thing led to another. There were a few glasses of wine. There were a couple of good tales. The Galgatron may have come up, and she's been visiting you like at least twice a day for the last few days ever since. You just can't shake her out of your hair. She's not annoying. Like if she wasn't visiting you all the time, she's a nice enough girl. But you know, I assume Finbar kind of wants her out of his hair.
Yeah, I mean, she's at this point. I imagine she's kind of cramping my style with the other potential
she's
maidens.
grouping you pretty hard.
Yeah, I mean, this is no real news to me. It's a pretty common occurrence, but unfortunate. But no doubt I'll deal with it.
Yeah. So cut to the evening. It's the evening of January 24th, and the Red Rum Inn is complete. How would things be going down, Darius? How are you arranging this opening night?
Well, there's a couple of things. Upon sort of completion, or just before, maybe, everyone's just sorting out like furniture and bits and pieces like that. So while that's all going on, I'm gonna nip next door. We already sort of covered this Finbar roll. We can do it again if you want. I don't mind, but or I can just talk everyone through how it went down.
Did you roll for it before?
Yeah.
Was it a success?
It was moderate. Basically,
Cool, yeah.
me and Finbar pop next.
Oh,
door
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
the-
You're
the
getting
Mute's
booze
tavern,
off of him, aren't you?
and
Yeah.
and I have purchased a particularly fine cask of ale, as mine was one of the items that went missing, that was stolen from the stores last episode. So, I've bought a cask of wine, and I've actually invited the mute from next door.
He's
Who
accepted.
was, yeah, he was a little bit, he wasn't particularly happy at first, but then Finbar persuaded him, them being fond friends now, and the guy knocked a whole gold piece off of the price, so
Yeah.
it was 9 gold, but I'm taking it back, and essentially going to Finbar is played for opening night and did really well, and all the guards.
You're muted, James.
Bloody hell. We are actually going to do opening night. So to set the scene, there's all these men and women who helped you out with the building. Like a lot of the guards, there's only like 9 guards, but 6 of them are there. Guard Captain Yorick isn't there. He's one would
Thank God.
assume not much of a drinker.
I would have sent someone.
Yeah, he would have
invite him.
politely
that's
sent
fine.
his.
I'm well aware.
line, yeah,
We know what's going
he's
on.
quite sober for a dwarf, really.
That's why I don't
James.
trust him.
Will he able to pick up Facebook messages out of interest?
I am indeed.
Cool, I'll drop you one in a moment. But yeah, Finbar. Well, actually, we've got to Istrak. Istrak, you've heard a lot of hustle and bustle around the town that this new tavern is opening tonight. And I'd imagine you're getting pretty bored of chilling out in this temple for like 3 days.
No, I buzzkill. It gets pretty boring staring at the fires, and you can only sweep one spot of the temple so many times, and you can only have so many thoughts before you start going mad, especially without any new information. So yeah, it's probably going to be a nice. He goes for a nice walk around and realizes the hustle and bustle over at this new tavern that seems to be opening up.
Yeah.
There are people out front?
There's no one out front. It's kind of the evening, so it's getting pretty nippy. Like when it gets cold here, it gets cold. Like every night, it's freezing, like below 0. So would you go in?
Yeah. He's gonna if the door is open, yeah, absolutely. He was gonna try to walk in and see.
Oh, it's not open, but it's not locked.
Yeah, he's gonna walk in and kind of poke his head
Cool.
in, as if he was like, "Are you open?"
Yeah. So you see a lot of things. You see all these people sitting around. You see a human playing the lute in the corner. Do you want to give us a little rendition of something, Will? What song are you singing?
I'm probably singing my new single, which is "What Should We Do with a Drunken Sailor."
Yes.
It's a
It's
hit.
the classic. He's brought out again. It's proved quite a big hit in Anesterion, actually.
Yeah. It's hit number 1 on the Anesterion Christmas New Year's charts. So you see that there's this like dough-faced red-headed girl like leaning on a table like, I love you, Finbar. Play me
I
another."
know.
And she's like awkwardly close. She's almost got like her head on your shoulder and stuff. You see, I assume, Darius, would you be manning the bar, or would you be?
Yeah, what it is so the basic layout. It's quite big in comparison. It's bigger than the tavern next door. I've done quite well. And I've got 2 tables, but like just really long tables. They're probably like a couple of trees that have been felled, split down the middle, and then sort of so they're flat. And there are sort of benches the whole way down. In the middle, there's quite a big fire going, but it's in a fire pit, so there's quite a lot of warmth. It's managing to sort of keep the nip out. And as you sort of walk in, you're in sort of I'm trying to think of a way. You're like down here, and the bar is
Ping
here.
it on roll 20.
Cool.
That's far
Was he
far
pointing out
easier.
on screen?
I
No,
can
so
do
yeah.
that.
So Darius, are you manning the bar in that?
I am indeed.
Cool. So you see Darius. Do you guys want to quickly just give a quick description of your characters physically?
Sure. I am a averagely sized human with black hair, black goatee beard. Wear not noble robes, but they look fine. Blue robes, and I have all sorts of instruments all over my body. I'm incredibly handsome. I have a scar on one cheek, just to add to my roguish good looks. And I am, that is what I look like.
Okay. Cool.
Cool. Darius is very rugged looking. He's an elf, obviously, so he's got the ears going on, which is cool. He's wearing I'm gonna say he's just wearing everyday man's clothes, sort of leathers and stuff.
Yeah.
Has a towel, has a cleaning cloth over one shoulder, and he's got quite a lot of tattoos down one arm, and he's fairly scarred. But he's currently making jokes and smiling and laughing with one particularly drunk member of the guard who's leaning precariously at the end of the bar.
It's Sergeant Alexander.
Yeah.
You'd see he's got 3 stripes on his armor, on his arm. He's leaning over the bar going, and that's how we killed the bandit. Ha! He's got his breath stinks.
I reach over. I'm accustomed to this sort of.
Why am I so good at
work
playing
I've done
drunk
this.
people?
I don't know. I've done this. I've done this many a time with James actually, and I'm basically just. I'm refilling his goblet whilst laughing. It's convincing. It's convincing. People are just having a good time mingling. I think it's nice because it's everyone's got together, and whoever these 24 people who showed up that I know nothing about.
They're sitting along these benches together. No one's really approaching them. They seem pretty intimidating, but they don't seem like they're particularly aggressive.
Yeah,
but if you want to speak to them, obviously.
Shall we do Ishtuak's
what I've done
description as well, quickly?
Yeah, Ishtuak, do you want to quickly do your physical description?
Sure. 6'6", giant-looking lizard, very bulky. He's got a mane of tendrils that reach down to the middle of his back, kind of like these long spines. He wears it like a mane. They can be braided or can be like tied back like a thick dreadlocks kind of, but he usually just wears them out and about. But yet underneath the mane is a furs that he just drapes on himself, and then he covers himself up with his old. It looks like some. Like an adorned uniform from some sort of either temple or monastery. It hasn't been cleaned in a long time, but he still wears them, and he's got these straps of fabric and cloth just wrapped around his knuckles and his hands, and and he carries it, and he's got a backpack, and that's it. Doesn't really have any weapons or anything, or doesn't look like he in any sort of threat. But
so what do you do? You walk in. There's all this stuff going on. What do you do, Ishtuak?
Ishtuak kind of like pokes his head in as if he was like if you were like just opening a shop and you see that one guest coming in the morning that and he kind of does the same thing, and he's just, is this are you open? And then obviously with the music playing and people drinking already, he kind of is embarrassed and kind of walks and closes the door. Yeah, and tries to inconspicuously walk and make his way towards the bar without trying to make try to turn too many heads. It's kind of weird because this is his first like big interaction or first like social event with a new life, because he was just incarcerated. But since then, yeah.
So you approach the bar, Darius. You see this blue dragonborn approach the bar.
I sort of give an apologetic look to Sergeant Alexander, and say, duty calls, but keep up the good fight. And I'm just going to say, as I sort of lean down and catch the goblet that he knocks off the side and place it back in front of him without spilling a drop.
I'll allow it.
I've done this I owned my own tavern for quite some time, so yeah. So I put it back on the bar and give him a knowing look, like I won't tell anyone, and I make my way over and sort of throw my arms wide and welcome to the Red Rum Inn. What can I get you?
What do you have on? We have pouring. Wine, beer, water.
I'm gonna say, James, do I have all of those?
You've got wine, beer, cider, water, in limited amounts.
Yeah, cool.
Except water. You can just melt snow for
Yeah,
water.
that's true.
Yes.
I'll be outside.
No, water is at a premium here.
It's the rarest commodity.
Yes.
What kind of cider is that?
I say it's a particularly fine fermentation. It's a homebrew recipe actually. I can't give away this secret ingredient, but it's apples and wild berries collected from
So
the.
you told me. Very nice. Way to keep it a secret.
I laugh.
Okay, I'll take one of those.
Cool.
Please.
I imagine I charge you.
It'd be like 1 silver.
Yeah, it's like an amount. Yeah, 1 silver. There you are.
I only have this.
And I pull out a sapphire, but I don't want to like show it off. I just kind of do that.
Do you want to roll me an investigation, Josh?
Cool. Give me a second.
I don't know how much this will get me. I don't have that much.
And investigation. Four.
You rolled a 4.
Looks great.
It's a
This,
brick.
it looks like
Good.
it looks like it looks like this sapphire is probably worth about 400 gold pieces. Like it's pretty valuable.
Cool. Right, let's see. Well, what do you want in return? Just one cider? I feel.
Well, I guess we could just write down what I drink, and then when it reaches a
The
sufficient
equivalent,
amount.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
right. You want to open up a tab? I hear you. Don't worry about it.
That's what you call it. Okay. I'll open
Out
a-
of character, that
open
sapphire is
a
worth
tab.
50 gold pieces. But you're
Okay.
literally you're convinced. Like you look at it and you're like, that's.
Oh yeah,
def-
no.
that's
I
yeah,
will
just-
stick to
yeah, just-
character.
yeah.
I will stick
Just
to
check it.
character.
I just wanted you to
Don't
know
worry
that you're
about
getting screwed over real hard.
That's fine.
It's like
Yeah.
uncut. It's just the
It's
blue
just-
stone.
It's still got like the mud
Literally,
on
You've
it.
just painted it.
You
It's
just
just
handed me a brick with like sapphire written on it. And it's just vaguely blue. And
Here.
I'm just like, I will
brought this
sell
from
you my
across the sea.
tavern.
Can I
cool.
see this happening? Can I see that there's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see where you're playing. You probably
Well,
see
you
this.
won't
new
be able
dragon.
to see.
You see this new
Yeah,
dragon
yeah.
at the bar. You
yeah.
don't see the sapphire.
I'll see
just-
there's yeah. I
You
see
that
it.
there's a new kid in town.
I see a new customer. I'm coming over. Sorry.
In a very flashy way, I basically like at the ciders. Do they come in like? Would you be able?
It comes
would I
in
be able to get
pints.
them in bottles?
Whatever you want, mate. It doesn't fucking matter.
Cool. So they're going to be in bottles, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 3 goblets, and I'm going to put a goblet down over the sapphire, a goblet down over the cider, do some la da 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 da, and then lift them all up, and the sapphire is gone, and your cider is in front of you, and I pour it.
Cool.
I'm all for the showmanship.
So,
I have a
so-
bow tie.
So
I'm loving this. This has just made me so
Yeah,
happy.
see?
I like
you have it.
stand up and say, "Come, Cassie, you can buy me a drink," and we head to the
You're such an ass.
we head to the bar.
She's like there before you. She's
That just
yeah.
knocked something over.
She's already.
I see her coming, and I literally I jot a number down. She's got a tab open just for Finbar, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, oh god. And I
The F tab.
Okay, we're good. Nothing dead.
Good.
So Cassie hands you a drink, and she's got one for herself.
So she's
She's like-
red hair. Is she like a what is her profession? Do we have any?
She's told you. Would you remember if she told you?
I'd like to think I'd have a loose understanding of what it is she does.
She is a what should we say? She guts fish. She's a fisher. She's a fish cleaner.
Oh
Fish
god. I kind of as she
Fishmonger, because she just cuts the guts out.
as she like hands me the fish, I kind of wipe
fish?
No, hands me the fish.
I thought you would drink fish.
I'll have a fish, please, my love. No, as she hands me the drink, I kind of wipe it off just in case there's any hint of fishy smell on it, and I turn to this new Dragonborn. I say, "Hello there. You seem new here. I don't think we've met."
We haven't.
As I gingerly sip the froth of my cider.
I say, "I'm Finbar. You might have heard of me."
But I have.
I look at you at that point and say, he says this to everyone, like just to help you out.
You might have heard of me. I'm Ishtuak.
James, have I heard of him?
Absolutely not.
No.
I'm afraid I don't recall
He's
the
mocking
name.
you.
He goes it's so straight over Finbar's head. He just assumes that you're another famous person.
Yeah. Oh well.
It's
I'm really good company.
yeah. He says.
I can't believe we've never met.
Yeah, yeah. What
Who's your agent?
what brings you here then? Adventure and tales.
Freedom.
Freedom.
Aye.
Good.
So far.
Darius is just cleaning goblets and it's like incarceration or you running from a particularly fine lass back home?
The first one.
I give you the subtlest sort of nod towards Cassie and say could be a lot worse.
Roll a
Could
stealth.
be.
Honestly, it could be.
Well, I'm
Hold on.
here, so.
12.
You don't know if she's noticed that. You probably don't care.
No, I don't.
Yeah, she doesn't notice.
I like to think like I'm really obvious about it. I'm like, yeah, and then make it really obvious to her.
She doesn't care. She's like holding onto your arm. She couldn't get enough.
She's at disadvantage because she's
She
infatuated.
just loves you. She loves you.
I cast Charm Person on her and it never faded.
He like
It's gone wrong again.
Irresistible force. Cool. So you guys still chatting?
Yeah,
or-
no, I say, well, I am here to sing mighty tales of grand adventure and see what adventure we may find here in these blasted isles. Are you an adventuring type?
Are you here to sing the tales, or are you here to sing from experience?
Both. You might have heard of the
Oh.
Song of Galgatron.
One of the guards from the corner just shouts out, "Yes, the Galgatron!" Yeah.
I point over him.
He falls straight over on the floor.
He knows.
from a
I,
guy.
Alexander's next to him. He helps him up.
You have
Almost
no
falling
idea.
over himself.
You'd have no idea what a Galgatron is, or
Yeah, the
do that.
Galgatron is literally a made-up name.
Good.
The Galgatron. Tell me more about that.
Well, and I
I'm
launch
cleaning
into
up
a
spillages.
lengthy prose about the Song of Galgatron and how I defeated this mighty beast.
Every now and again, there is
The
just
story
like,
starts
I
to
yell
turn
out
into the song.
yeah, every now and again, I just yell out the contradictions in his story
Yeah.
from like where I'm cleaning up
so-
a spillage.
But he said it had
As you're-
7 heads.
As you're coming to the end of your story, the kind-faced man from earlier, that I think Finboy, you haven't met him yet, but the other two player characters have had brief encounters with him. He says, monster hunter, are you?
I say, well, bard by profession, but I try my luck.
Very, very admirable. Come, join us. Join us. And they all kind of move up, and there's space for the three of you.
Okay, I say.
There's no room for Cassie.
No. She tries to come with me, and I'm like, nope. I like push her away with my hand. I'm like,
she
no,
tries,
you don't.
basically that happens, and I say I can't possibly sit down. I'm working, but Cassie can have my seat, and it's the one right next to Finbar. And then I head off. I'm bussing tables, but I'm nearby. I'm within earshot. I can.
Cool, yeah.
I wouldn't go so far as like to pull the chair out from her, but I would like,
There's a booth?
I would like
They're-
face
they're
away from her.
literally
I
the
would-
benches, mate. If you pulled the chair out, you are knocking over a good like
Oh, yeah.
15 people.
I don't think you can move 12 men in plate mail armor.
No,
armor.
no. Thank you for
Is this like a
following in
booth
here.
or like a banquet, or is this chairs?
It's-
No. What it is essentially like imagine like the tallest tree you've ever seen.
Oh, okay.
split
Oh,
in
okay.
half,
No, I thought it was just
and
like
that
a
is
chair.
like the table, and then there are benches.
Ishtrak, do you go with Darius? Like he kind of beckoned for the group.
Um,
I say,
I'm
come meet
going
my new
to
friend.
Ishtrak stays at the bar and kind of holds his drink and watches until he's actually formally invited by someone.
Cool.
Finbar would be like, come
Okay.
meet my new friend. This is Istwak. You might have heard of him.
I can't say
I
I've had the
wish
pleasure,
to.
but if he's in the same line of work as you, then all's for the better. My name is. I've got to check my NPC sheet for that.
I suffer the same syndrome.
Yes.
My name is.
My name is Sir
Oh,
Leopold,
please.
and allow me to introduce the Order of the Stalwart Shield. You would have heard of these guys. These guys are like fame. Roll me a history. Just one person roll me one on behalf of the group.
I think I have quite a good history. Just
Oh, yeah.
I have -1.
I'll have a look.
history, so-
Roll, Finbar, you roll us a history.
I'll say I might have a
s-
terrible one. In which
I
case,
assume you'd loudly relay it
No.
if you were successful.
I have a +4 in history.
Roll it.
It's a 14.
Cool. Ooh, my voice went really high. Woo! Key! So the Order of the Stalwart Shield, they're a knightly order. They worship the god Fide, not Fido. Definitely not Fido. Fide. Fide is the god of basically loyalty, honor, and devotion. To anything really, but it tends to err towards the lawful good side of things. They always have a membership of 12 men and their 12 wives. The men are always knights, honourable, upstanding, strong men, and their wives are traditionally humans. Although you know that currently there is an elf, there's a female elf. You'd actually see her, a silver-haired elf, sitting opposite. There it's kind of the men are sitting on one bench, the women are sitting on the opposite.
We're gonna play Red Rover.
You'd also know that Guard Captain Yorick is actually an honorary member with a 14.
Okay.
Although you don't. Why? Their general thing is they're monster hunters. They hunt down evil and they kill it,
Okay.
and they generally do good deeds.
Cool. I say to them, well, I've heard of your mighty order. In fact, I've sang a tale or two in the past of the 12 knights of you, and of course, the honorary member, my great friend, Guard Captain Yorick.
You know Yorick.
Ah, yes, the two of us are like, we're like, yes. Anyway,
Yes, it's good to see him making something. Well, settling down at least. He's been roaming for far too long. That's our kind of thing.
yes, far too long.
As they're as they're all sort of making chit chat and stuff, I've overheard sort of they are, and I'm going to come over, and basically I've got a keg, but it's on like the stand and it's got a spigot in it, and I pick it up. It's nothing flashy, but it is a keg of
Yeah.
beer, and I walk over and I place it sort of I clear a little bit of the space at the end of the table. I place it down and I say, you men have done some damn fine work. And then I sort of nod to the ladies and say, your wives as well. And I know of your order. You are all my honoured guests for tonight. And then I smile and I leave them to it.
He can afford it because of that.
Yeah,
gem I gave him.
Leopold says, "Thank you. You're too kind. What business? What monsters have you been hunting then?
So you ask this to me? Or
Just
someone else?
to the pair of you, and to Darius if
Keg
he's named.
tapped.
Well,
John,
I
did you
s-
tap that keg?
Can I just, for meme's sake,
Mm-hmm.
I basically want to say that it's okay if you say no, but
No, you can't
managed
have
to-
it.
the talons of the hippogriff and
Yep.
the feathers of the hippogriff I brought back. Can I say I gave like one set of talons to the wizard and like
I'd say
an amount
just
of
for the sake of simplicity, they would have all gone to Marcosis, just because I don't want to have to go back and change things, for reasons.
bastard.
Um,
Cool.
so
In
no,
which
you-
case, I say there was a. I'm sort of cleaning up at this point. Washing the bar down. I say, there was one beast in particular. It was half horse, I guess, and half. Well, I'm not even sure. I haven't got a name for it. Although although Finbar here swears it was a descendant of Galvatron.
Galgatron,
No.
yes.
Galgatron, yes, but I can't help but notice it didn't have 7 heads like Galvatron had, and
Hence it's a
and
lesser
it could
breed
fly,
of the
which
Galgatron.
couldn't.
well, yes,
and,
It's clearly it evolved.
Leopold. Sorry to cut you off, but yes, in our history, the further you get from the original bloodline of the monster, the less pure they get. I once met a Hydra that didn't have a head at all. And they're all kind of like, remember that Hydra? Banter. Yeah, we did that.
I join in as if I remember.
Yeah, they're pretty welcoming guys. They're
I
pretty sweet.
I elbow Ish to act like laugh.
So
elbow plant mail and just injure yourself.
Yes.
Why are we
Ow.
laughing?
so Leopold says,
don't know.
actually, who pipes up? Someone pipes up. A very very old man. Must be about 70 at least. He's a one-eyed, grey-haired old man, and he says, "Well, if you were looking for monster hunting, that's why we're on this icy spit of rock. We're to head north in the morning, and we're going to do some hunting of our own. There's bound to be something out here that needs to be banished." And they all go, "Yeah, banishment, yeah, fuck monsters."
Yes, banishment is a
I will
personal
not.
favorite of mine.
I will banish them, but I will not fuck them.
I I come over and sort of say, do you know which heading you are making out on?
Yes, Fide guides us, of course.
Phrasing.
So, well, if it would save you some trouble, I could possibly provide you with a map, and I could potentially. We haven't seen much of this Forsaken Plain as of yet, but I am certainly eager to explore. I saw a particularly interesting cave formation, definitely large enough to. I'm going to say, like, was it large enough for like there to be
A
I don't
monster.
know, like.
It had a big old entrance. Like you could
Yeah,
fit at least 3
with a
men.
large entranceway, at least 5 men wide. Who knows what plunder and horrors could be waiting inside?
We'll leave the plundering to you men, but certainly if there's evil to be slain, we may have to look into it. We do have a tower to build, though. And yeah, the evening pretty much for a long while. You get to know if you want to get to know these guys a bit better, you can.
Yeah, I would.
Yep.
I would also like to quickly.
I'd like to speak to the elf
propose
girl as well.
The elf girl, cool. Just Finbar,
Sorry,
for
Josh.
your sake. There's only 11 women. Probably through some talking, you
This
could
is-
find
There's not enough women for me.
you'd
Never
find
enough.
that after some chatting, one of maybe Sir Stefan, the youngest, shaved-haired, happy-faced man, he may whisper to you that Sir Benjamin, who's one of the older of the group, he actually lost his wife to orcs, which is quite unheard of. This is quite an elite order. But yeah, she died. So
Oh,
he just
dear.
kind of mentions that to you. But yeah, there's a varying attractiveness of women. But would you speak to the elf girl? Well, she's
Yeah,
like,
is she
she's
the
a-
one? Yeah.
Yeah, she's the wife.
She's a woman, I mean. come
She's the wife of Sir Leopold. Yeah.
on. Okay.
So yeah, how does that go down? What do you
I
do?
say, greetings.
Hello, young man.
By the way,
She
it
gives
should,
you
it should be noted that I've taken great pains to extricate myself from Cassie at this point. I've
Cool.
sent her on an errand.
Yeah, she's currently looking for some skyhooks.
Yeah, so I'll need those for later. Don't ask why. Now, greetings, young woman.
He says, well, young might be the, sadly optional. I'm just edging into my 3rd century.
And yet you are as youthful as the spring. I'd say that far more charmingly than myself.
It's the spring.
As the spring. Yes.
Ishtuak goes, nailed it.
We fist pump I go behind me, we fist pump nailed it.
Yeah,
Was.
it says,
Got
it
it.
says, "Oh, you are too kind. You're a charming man yourself, of course."
And
Your
what is your name?
My name? I'll have to check my character sheet for that.
Well,
Uh,
it seems like several of your party have this similar syndrome.
It's a plague. It's spread through our ranks. That's why we're here.
Terrible.
We're a plague ship.
Terrible.
My name is Annabella.
Annabella. What a beautiful name. My name is Finbar. You might have heard of me.
I'm Ishtuak.
Yes, I
He's
have. I
Ishtuak.
have.
Don't worry about him.
Hello, Ishtuak.
Hi.
What can I do for you then, my good chaps? Not my good chaps, because I'm
My
I'm
good
relevant.
chaps.
What can I do for you then, my dears?
I say, well, I simply wish to get to know you better and to know the secret to your beauty.
She beckons you into whisper.
Hmm.
She just says, "Goat's cheese. It's great for the skin."
I wink at her.
Is this going where I think you want it to go?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just Finbar being
Are
himself.
you trying to flirt?
Yeah, it's Finbar
Roll
flirting.
me
yes.
a
Was
persuade.
it not obvious?
Roll me a. I just wanted to check because.
I wink at her to scare her.
Ishtuak kindly goes and kind of just leaves him to that while he refills his second.
As you go to walk away, one of the
Roll a
younger
15.
members of the order kind of grabs you. What did you roll?
A 15.
She says, I am a married woman, Finbar, and I have sworn my oaths of loyalty to Sir Leopold. I'm sure you understand."
Of course. I say devilishly. As if that means nothing.
She kind of gives you a frown, but then says, "I've heard tale of a cave."
So have I. And I continue my devilish smile at her.
She kind of tell me about this cave.
At which point,
I am about to speak when Darius cuts me off.
Yes, I walk over and actually, you know, just for sheer hilarity, I'd have some sort of like bread and stuff like available, right? For
Yeah,
food.
some basic.
I just walk over with a hunk of bread. As he opens his mouth, I just put it in his mouth and say, "Your wife Cassie's looking for you." And I say, she sends my regards and some bread, and then I grab you by the jaw and I make you chew.
I don't have a wife.
So,
Well, actually, well, if you don't count the last two, which aren't currently cancelled. Anyway, which wife is this?
the one grinding a battle axe outside.
Oh yes, has she got the skyhooks yet? Don't ask why.
I don't know. Why don't you go find out? And I sort of shoo you away.
I leave the elf woman.
Welcome to all the new guys in the chat, by the way.
I
see,
give
Mark?
her a modest apology bow.
She kind of she just says thank you. You are a most gracious host. She also says, could you mark favour with the Knights of the Order of the Starward Shield on your character sheet, please, Darius? And yeah, so the night goes on. There's a few topics of conversation that are going around the bar that you'd find. You'd find Finbar when you go outside. There's she's actually holding these hooks. They're really weird. You've never actually seen anything like this before.
You actually found them. I made them up.
I'd do anything for you, Finbar, and she kisses you. Anyway, come back inside.
I receive kiss.
Unwillingly. Yeah, she inside there's Ishtuak there's quite an old fat man sitting in a chair opposite you. You're slightly through the hustle and bustle. You've ended up over there, and he's just like, "Oh, where are you from, scaly one?" He kind of looks at you slightly accusingly.
What's the other continent?
Theraf.
Theraf.
Theraf is the only continent.
Yeah.
He's probably looking for more specifically. If you want a county name, go with
Theraf.
yeah.
Who's asking?
Well, my name's Steve. I'm the cookhouse master.
I'm Ishtuak.
He shakes your hand. He says, "What are you down here for? Looking for work?"
Yeah.
What kind of thing do you do?
I cut gems.
Wow. Anything a little more practical? I mean, not a huge gem cutting business around here, as you may see, and he kind of points to the
Not
obvious
yet.
lack of gem cutting.
Not yet, but you will, because I cut gems.
This is true. A good entrepreneurial spirit, I see.
Yeah.
Well, in the meantime, there's a few bits that need doing around town. You seem I saw you talking to Darius over there. I won't let him in on how much that gem's really worth. But if you need a bit of gold, Guard Captain Yurek's probably the man to see. I don't think lying about your currency is gonna get you very far here. People tend to hold a grudge, and with that, he kind of knocks his mug against yours and swannies off. So what we're gonna do, guys? We've had this intro banter. I want you guys. So there's the following rumors are going around. Those guys are heading north. There's the cave that no doubt at Finbar you would have sung about. Shendar's mentioned. It's kind of going around that there's a huge monster's lair. Marcosis still is looking for guys to scout west, and those supplies are still missing. As a party, I want you to decide which one you're going to go for. Which is what's going to be your objective this session.
I'd probably speak
Can I
to
say
Darius
it's
about this, and
closing time? And
Yeah, it's certainly. We
basically-
can say it's closing time. The three of you can be sitting around.
Yeah, hanging out.
You got
And
some-
I've stopped, and I'd like potentially like one of the Knights of Starlord to still be around, and I'm
Yeah,
basically
sure.
poring over my map with him.
Yeah, it's Sir Wildred, the old one-eyed one.
Cool. I'm sort of, yeah, I'm at the bar. We're discussing things. You guys would, I imagine, still be there. Otherwise, this is
Yeah.
really
Oh,
not
yeah, yeah.
very convenient.
No, I'm sitting down with you.
Istrak, are you there?
Yeah, I'm drinking until you tell me that Jewel is well past been drunk.
Yeah.
Which is going to be forever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say. Like,
Yeah, Jewel, as far as he's concerned, that jewel was worth more than this tavern cost him to build.
Yeah.
He's brought a load of wood over and then lucked his way into building a tavern.
I swindled you without meaning to. Okay.
Yeah,
So
in
he's
all
still
fairness,
there.
like he hasn't actually done me a wrong at all because I haven't
yeah, 'cause-
mentioned how much it's
And,
worth.
and his backstory, he probably doesn't know how much alcohol costs. So
Yeah,
these guys are just
exactly.
blindly trading with things you don't know the price of. Yeah, but I imagine you'd give the details of the surrounding areas to Sir Wildred. He'd thank you and he'd bugger off unless you want to say anything specific to him.
Well, I was essentially going to say, when do you guys set out? First light?
Yes, probably slightly before. We're we don't want to waste any more time. There's monsters to be hunted.
And you venture to this cave tomorrow morning.
No, we head north.
Hmm.
We need to get ourselves set up. Good base of operations is the best base for any operation. And he
I know what to
winks,
say.
but he's only got one eye, so it just looks a bit weird.
He blinks.
Yeah. I say, right, we where do you plan on setting up shop?
We shall head north until we find a suitable place. There's no environment that we cannot traverse. We've seen it all by this point. In my 70-odd years, we plan to set up a tower. Set up patrols from there. Hunt down whatever may come our way. Make this island clean and safe.
I nod
just
and
little,
say,
little hand to heart fist salute thing.
is there any way I could convince you to stay in contact with the town? At the very least, for the sake of what's his name, Guard Captain.
Yorick.
Yorick, yeah, I should remember that because Yorick.
He's named after a Game of Thrones roleplay character.
I say, right, I say, could I possibly convince you to stay in contact with the town, at the very least for the sake of Guard Captain Yorick's?
Yes, of course. Well, if you ever do need us, we'll be no more than a few days to the north, and we'll be in touch, supplies and whatnot. If you ever need anything, if you ever need anywhere to stay, if you're stuck out there, just follow the light. And he nods, takes his map, and leaves.
Cool.
So it's the three of you. You're left there at the tavern, sitting around.
I look at the other two and say, by light, does he mean sun, or is there some kind of divine light that I've yet to see?
I shake my head. I've had a few drinks at this point.
Same.
Cassie's passed out in the corner.
Good.
She's talking about you in her sleep.
There's literally.
I talk
people
about
have
me in
left,
my
like,
sleep.
Goblets. Yeah. Then people have left goblets perched precariously on her. She's been passed out for so long. People have started stacking stuff in domino style. It's beautiful.
It's just me.
Yeah.
Just
So yeah, you're there.
Yeah.
I'm very intently staring at this sort of. I'm sort of measuring distances between the town and the cave, and I look like I'm talking to myself.
So I go to Darius and say, "What are you thinking? This cave seems to intrigue you."
I nod and say, "Well, it's quite a big formation. It should be some good hunting. And I suppose, with how blasted cold it is, furs would fetch a fair price. And it'd be nice to get some upholstery for some of the furniture."
I nod. I say,
Is the cave
yeah.
going to be dark? Probably.
I sort of nod as if to say, it's an underground cave, but I'm sure it's got fantastic natural light.
Maybe. All right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Right.
I mean, would there be any sort of payment in this, do you think?
I hope. I was told there would be.
Okay.
Well, I'm sure there. I'm sure the. Is it Grand Mage or is he just Mage?
Who? Marcosis.
Marcosis, yeah.
Mage Captain. It's a naval
Mage Captain.
rank.
Cool. I'd say, I'm sure the Mage Captain would appreciate expeditions, if only to better defend the good people. Plus, these supplies that have gone missing, it's not a bad place to start looking.
I nod my head. Sounds like a reasonable enough assumption, and it does bode of adventure.
It's either a cave or it's a what's the other one? Exploring north or the east? Northeast? What was it?
So there's the supplies are missing. You saw that cave. Marcosis needs people to take a ship to the west. Or you can do anything else that you could possibly imagine, all of which would lead to your death.
Yeah, of course.
I forbid you to go off of my preordained encounters.
A, B, C through Z is die. Ishtuak.
I kind of want to see where the supplies went.
Perhaps, as Darius
I
says.
spit into a goblet, and I spit into a goblet quite disdainfully and say, wherever they went, whoever it was took one of my finest casks of ale, which I was saving for opening night, and I had to buy off the lovely gentleman next door.
He likes you.
find out where it went, get it back.
Find adventure.
So,
Write more tales for the tavern.
And we'd find out who the people are on this island besides us.
If there are any, yes.
Exactly.
well, we've already come across, what were they, gnolls?
Knolls, yes.
Yeah.
I presume I'd know what a gnoll is.
Yeah, knolls exist on the mainland as well.
Yeah. So, well,
Oh. So if it's
There's
a
all
bunch of
sorts out
gnolls,
there,
then let's
but-
just take it back.
At this point, Ishtuak is fairly certain that it's just Knowles.
Never mind, it's gnolls.
yeah, okay, cool. I sort of look you up and down. You're quite deceptively bulky. Like I feel like you're wearing a lot of fur, so I can't
Yeah.
see if you carry any weapons or not.
Yeah.
Like concealed, or even if you're wearing any armor. But you look
Yeah.
pretty big, so I'm like, you any good in a fight?
The reason why I'm here is I'm good at fighting.
I like him.
I give Finbar a look as if to say like, I like this guy.
I just would say,
Kind of my
boy
curse
band.
and my gift at this point.
So, what are you guys going to take as your objective then? We've got, it kind of seems like a torn decision between
Yeah.
the cave or just generally searching.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking cave
I'm-
if supplies might
yeah,
be
the
there.
cave is genuinely
2 votes for the
because
cave
I'm-
then, outranks it.
Yeah.
Simple
Yeah.
as. Sorry,
No,
I don't mean.
James.
I think we all agreed, didn't we?
Yeah,
I'm
I know,
going. I'm
yeah.
going to try and find the
see
supplies.
if
That's
supplies-
why I'm. That's
Yeah,
my
yeah, no,
motive.
I know that. It's just basically I basically stole an idea off Steve Lumpkin from JP just because it makes it easier to get the session going if you just get everyone to agree on one specific goal.
Oh yeah.
It just makes it easier to make it flow because otherwise you end up fanning about.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah. So what do you guys do? How are you going to go about this? You know where the cave is. You're fairly Darius. You're certainly very confident about where it is, having been there and back once before.
Yep.
Ishtuak, do you want to roll me a d10 for the weather for tomorrow morning?
Sure.
He's going to roll a 1 and you're all going to die again.
Lightning.
6. I think that's fairly respectable. So how are you guys going to go about this then? You've all agreed. You've all basically agreed.
I guess we start getting
Essentially-
our stuff together and...
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
would
take
like
it.
to find someone that I like one not
Cassie.
one of the
Yes.
yeah,
Not one of the
oh,
Come
God,
with
no,
us.
not Cassie. Not one of the guards and not one of like one of the townsfolk that was there. Maybe
Cool,
I've
there's
spent some time.
Steve, the cookhouse guy, was helping you build. He's pretty sweet. Everyone loves him. He's like
Cassie,
he's just a cheery fat old man.
Cassie is my
Yeah,
new
cool.
Reginald the horse. She's my pack mule.
And she will die just as quickly in the world.
just the same.
I'm going to basically talk to him and sort of ask him if he could man the bar while I'm gone. I'll pay him 1 gold per day.
He says, "Don't worry about it, mate. Just put it on my tab. Yeah, I'll do it. You got the key?
I hand him the key. It's like, can I roll just to see if I trust this guy? Like,
Mate, this
he
guy
seems like a-
this guy helped you build for free. You didn't have to persuade him at all. He just wanted to help out. He's a pretty
Okay,
He's
cool.
a pretty cool guy.
He's
I don't know if I
a,
mentioned
as
that.
the notes
He's-
may have
which-
said.
Yes, the notes may have said. He's
In
pretty
which
chill.
case, I hand him I'm gonna hand him 5 gold.
Cool. Yeah. Mark Fagan.
For I'm just mark it down now, and I'll say like try not to drink the stores dry. I say with a wry smile, and yeah, I tell him.
He
yeah.
winks and says, "I make no promises at all.
I say, I tell the wenches I'll be back soon.
I'll make sure I'll keep him busy till he gets back." And he does a very over enthusiastic eyebrow waggle.
I wink at him.
So, do you guys do anything else before you head off in the morning? I assume you obviously get some sleep, and it's now the next morning. Unless you guys want to do anything.
Cool. No, Pack, and I would just like to see if like we can potentially travel as far as the forest with the shields.
They're already gone.
Guys.
They went like
Oh.
2 hours ago. You probably would have been, given the lack of sleep you had, you would have been passed out completely.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, no, that's fine. That's
So
fine.
yeah, they didn't actually
Yeah.
sleep. They basically left, got their gear together, and spoke to Yorick for a bit and went.
I miss
Okay.
the elf woman Annabella already.
Mate, if you rolled a nat 20, you would probably have permadied. That's what I was talking about earlier, because Leopold would have just ended you.
I would have
probably a nat one would
just
have been
been
the
like,
I would have paid good
I've got a
money.
clean Finbar up now. Fuck's sake.
Oh, there would have been nothing of Finbar to clean up.
They're
It's
just
really funny.
everywhere. Have become the
It's just
tavern.
all over the walls.
Yes, for
just
everyone in the
repainted.
chat.
And
I
the
was
last.
thinking to myself, given the survivability probability of me and the party and various people who just constantly want to get everyone killed, that's why it's called the Red Rum Inn, because obviously Red Rum is murder backwards, because we're all going to die and I will constantly be cleaning up bodies in my inn.
So you guys are setting off, I assume, unless there's anything else you want to do.
Yeah, can Cassie carry my stuff?
Do you ask her to come with you?
Oh, yeah, tell her to.
How does it go?
Don't
you
ask
tell
her.
her.
Tell her
Yeah.
to.
Roll me. Do you say it in like an
Carry
ordering?
my stuff.
Roll me a persuade, I guess.
Yeah, I say, Cassie, my love, it would be excellent if we were not to part and you could come with me and carry all my things, and also to spend time with you.
Mark inspiration, you prick.
I rolled an 18.
She's like, anything for you. Yes, I will.
Yes.
I've always wanted to come on one of your adventures. They sound so amazing. And she's burdened. She can't move her limbs properly because she's got so much stuff. She's carrying.
Shaking constantly.
I go over to Finbar quietly, take him aside, and say, "So is this your grand scheme to get rid of her? She either dies in the wilds or realizes you're no good in a fight." And I give him a.
I say I hadn't thought
What
of
a
it.
joke.
Yeah.
She's gonna die.
I mean,
Just hope so.
I turn to Darius and say, perhaps we'll get her on a wagon and then leave her to die.
Who's going to be the navigator of the party? Who's leading the way?
Darius, surely.
Dibs. 100% dibs. I've been
Okay,
here
roll
before.
roll me a survival.
This is where
This
I
is
get
the
us all
water.
killed, by the way.
Double nat ones. Here we come, boys.
Darius, you showed us the water.
we're just walking back to the mainland, and I'm like,
Just
I
swim.
don't
Why are we
understand.
back
It's
again?
definitely this way. I remember it being this way. One day you will roll a survival.
right, I clicked on it, nothing rolled. I don't know why nothing's rolling.
I believe in you.
I'll try rolling it for you.
Hold on. There we go, 15.
Yep, you find your way pretty alright. So the weather's pretty calm today. It's not sunny, it's very, very cloudy, but there's a light breeze. It's pretty cold, but it's not painfully so. But yeah, you actually make your way to this cave pretty alright. So you're approaching
You sound so disappointed.
Yeah, it's like, you
It's
don't
surprise.
die.
It's surprise. I was expecting you to all die horribly. What do you guys do on the way? What are you guys talking about?
Well, if no one else is
Anything-
speaking, I'll be talking about my
Just
I'm-
tales.
playing the drum.
Yeah, I'll probably be
I'm
drumming our way
walking
along for a beat.
Yeah, I'm walking distinctly faster than the rest of the party, so I'm always just about out of like the
Earshot.
buzzing noise
Earshot.
of
It's
of
bullshit.
Finbar.
I try
And
my
I'm-
best to stay with
I'm busying
Darius.
myself.
It's like Finbar. You're just like desperately trying to keep up. You're like, and then I slayed
Yeah.
another Calcatraz.
And then just running away from me.
You just zoom
Cassie's
down,
running
and
after
it's
me.
Cassie like a mile behind
Really
us.
struggling. But she's like running after you.
Come on, what's keeping up?
She's looked better, but she's like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, my love.
Come on.
Sorry, my
Come
love.
on,
I
let
wish
me-
I could run faster.
Let me take this, and I take a coin purse. No. I-
Let me take this.
Every time you get, it's actually you see like a blown up bit of wagon, and then you take the coin purse, and you have horrible deja vu.
Oh dear. Anyway, no, we carry on to get to this cave.
So you're kind of approaching the cave now. It's pretty like 100 meters away. It's not very far. How are you guys going to go about this? What do you do?
Well, I guess we're looking at it, and I turn to
You're
the...
looking away.
No, I'm looking
Can't
at the
bring
other direction.
yourself to look at it.
I look to the two of you and say, I guess I will bring up the rear as I am wont to. And
I nod and
I wink.
say, I nod and say yes. they always pick off the one at the rear first.
Yes.
I say that
That's-
completely straight faced. Just like, you'll definitely die first.
I say so. Anyone got any torches? Might be dark in there.
I do.
Do I?
Cassie, do I have any torches?
She jumbles through, realizing that you're asking the DM to do your job for you.
No, I'm looking at my character
Oh,
sheet
cool.
for my inventory. I don't know. I do have one glowing though, and a saddle.
Explorer's pack
Which
probably
I put
has
on
some,
Cassie.
but I don't
No.
even remember what's in it.
I don't think I have a torch.
Yeah, I've got 10 torches.
Oh, great.
Nice.
Cool.
Do you guys want to roll me a? So you guys going to strike a torch up or something and head inside, or how are you going to do this? There's pretty much a cave entrance. You could probably get about two of you abreast. 3 at a push, but you wouldn't be able to move your arms.
Cool. I'm not going to light a torch. I'm gonna go in because I'm
You're
an
just
elf.
going to go in because you've got dark vision. Cool. Do you guys? How are you going about it? Are you just walking straight in?
Nope. I'm gonna approach and check
Cool.
around
You-
sort of the mouth of the cave.
Did
Cool.
you take a torch out?
I didn't even mention that I had.
Yeah. Okay, great.
So you go in. Do you want to roll me a stealth?
Yes.
I assume
do.
you're doing this stealthily,
Yes.
just because you're an elf ranger, and that's what all elf rangers do in every single fantasy universe.
And yet, all I ever do is roll 8 for stealth. That's literally I've rolled 8 different
You hear
times
the
now.
following sound. Rest
Roll
in
and
peace,
roll initiative immediately.
rest in peace, headphone user, but you hear from inside the cave.
They have a Galgatron.
I immediately put my hands up and basically tell Finbar like to not do anything stupid.
Thank you for following, Pyromancer. Welcome to the adventure.
And then I sort of motion for Ishtuak to come forward.
I can't see in there.
As he's rifling through his bag looking for a torch.
I roll my eyes and reach into my backpack and produce a torch.
Okay.
And I
Can
Approach
I
slowly.
see what's making this noise?
Not yet.
I strike up his
I'll
torch.
switch you to the map now. But it'll be it's up ahead. There's only a short passage, and then there seems to be a bit of an opening. Where am I looking? I don't want to go there. Fucking roll 20.
Pardon me.
Okay, which one can I switch to? We switch to them. I've got to kind of hop along the line because you can't scroll across with the player symbol, and I don't want to put you on any of
Yeah.
the things you haven't been to yet.
I don't know where
There
are.
we go.
Oh, there we are.
We'll go to Mound Cave map.
Ah.
So
what a name.
so you're kind of in the entranceway at the moment.
Here?
Yeah, that kind of area. What do you guys do? You can hear this. Have you lit a torch?
I haven't, but I've handed one to Ishtuak.
You don't need to worry about character icons just yet. It's not worth it.
Yeah. You say strike a torch, and he.
Yeah.
Or he's like, I don't have a
as,
torch. He gives me
as
one.
you
I light
as
it.
you strike a torch, you hear more
Oh,
from inside the cave.
Doesn't sound
I
good.
back out of the cave and try to like throw my back against the wall.
I'm not in the cave at this point.
Do you want to who wants to roll me an animal handling? Actually, a nature. Darius, do you want to roll me a nature, given the other ranger? Actually, Ishtuak, you're I'm gonna
boy.
say
No
you're at
pressure.
a better angle to see, so you can roll me a nature.
No pressure, but if you fail this, we will all die.
Just even no fight. Yeah.
Super average.
You know nothing, Jon Snow. Yeah. What do you guys do then? There's this cawing sound. It's like a high pitched, as you may have heard. Going
it sounds like
I
a
sort
cock.
of motion to Ishtuak to ask him sort of like, can you see?
certainly roll me a perception.
Do.
19.
Yeah,
Nice.
you see what is on the map there. You see two. Did anyone describe the Galgatron to?
Yes.
Yeah, you see what looks
I
like
did.
two tiny Galgatrons in a nest of logs and hay, and there's a lot of blood everywhere.
I see.
With a 19, you can probably actually see drag marks as well, like under your feet.
Oh boy. Well, these, and I point to the trail of blood, will lead to those car things, and it's looks like bird. What were those? The Gorgle guy?
Galgatrons, yes.
Oh,
I
Those.
immediately
Looks like those.
Hmm.
draw my
what?
bow. I don't
Did
like.
they have a beak?
I give a slow nod.
I
Did they
step
have
in next to you
wings?
guys with my. I have a
I-
rapier on my hand on my rapier, and I turn to Cassian and say, "Stay back. This might get dangerous." And heroically turn into the cave with you guys.
cool.
I can imagine like you stride in, so just to the point where you're in the shadows and can't be seen, and then you just curl up and cry.
Yeah. Thank you for following Hylian Shabu. Welcome to the adventure. This is about to get interesting.
I sort of I want to basically try and like move forward to sort of like what's that like I'm gonna move into the cave essentially.
Yeah. So as you head into the cave, the torchlight kind of illuminates the place, and it's just as far as you can see, there's nothing. There's just these two baby Galgatrons. They're just kind of they see the torchlight, they just go at you, and yeah, they're
They
making.
sound really cute.
And yet
I,
they are
uh,
so dangerous. And
They're
babies.
like
I-
tiny. They're
I
pretty
hold
they're probably
Finbar,
the size
like,
of
on the
an adult
front.
dog.
P-Fart says that Leroy Jenkins the cave.
Oh my god, he just ran in.
Okay, time's
Yes.
up.
Let's do this. So you're
By the way,
confronted with these
Rachel
two-
says you have to do the head motions when you do the clawing. There we are.
Yeah. So there's these things here. What do you do?
Cool. I sort of I want to approach cautiously. I'm actually going to put my bow back on my back, and yeah, I want to sort of see how close I can get before they sort of start to react to my presence.
They're like cawing at you. No, it doesn't seem particularly aggressive. So as you approach them, what are you trying to do?
I'm essentially just holding out a hand, just like I love because my hand's always so close to the mic. I feel like I have giant hands.
You do have giant hands.
That's all
I just
right
have my
then,
my
yes.
right hand's much bigger than my left.
That is, yeah, live disproportionately. Very odd.
I'm just
Well,
trying to
on that.
basically like calm them. And
roll me an
I'm
animal
gonna-
handling, man.
Cool. And I'm also going to reach in and I'm going to produce some food from my
What
rations.
type of food?
beer.
Fish.
It's just going to be meat.
Cool. So roll me an animal handling.
It's human
it's
flesh,
raw.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's
It's the bartender from next door.
Human face.
yeah.
I'll give you. You'll have inspiration, by the way, before you. Oh, you might
You
already.
can smell how fishy you are.
Yep.
I
Thank you very
said that.
much.
I said that before you rolled for a specific reason. You were meant to have it. I meant to give it to you earlier. Ishtuak, you've also got inspiration. The three of you are meant
Sweet.
to have inspiration. Are you going to use it
I
there?
already had inspiration from last time. I
Cool.
never
Well,
used.
you've just used it, and now you've got new inspiration.
Cool.
Cool.
So
So
inspired.
you actually managed to approach them, and they're literally eating out the palm of your hand.
Cool.
And they seem they even like cuddle up to you a little bit.
Can I,
I-
move to, like,
I'm-
here and watch?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
come
yeah.
in with
Yeah.
with
You
Ishtuak
don't, need
and
to,
Right.
you don't-
I've-
you don't need to be on
I've
the map,
gestured-
just say where you are.
Yeah. But that's where
I've gestured for Ishtuak to come in, but I am sort of standing between Finbar and them,
I'm just
sort
watching.
of subconsciously
I've-
protecting.
I've got my book out and I'm writing.
From your animal handling being that good, you could definitely work out that they were really hungry.
Yeah.
Like they were they're almost like if you look at them, they're not like emaciated, but they look pretty hungry.
Do you
could do a
think?
snack.
Do you think Lee's are the offspring of the Galgatron?
So, yeah.
Hmm.
I've no idea, but well, It doesn't look like anyone's here providing for them.
Are there supplies around here? Should we have a look, see if your things are here? Can I?
It's plain to see that
Nothing's
this is
here.
the only thing in the cave. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's just this nest and the 2 babbies.
Okay.
I want to see if I can sort of get them to come with me, like almost sort of walk them around the cave to see if they'll follow me.
You want to coax them? That's what you're
Yeah.
saying. Roll me another animal handling.
Do you have inspiration room?
Mark that you've used a ration as well.
I will do. Can I use inspiration here as well?
If you fail, and you don't have to say before you roll. You can say it after
okay.
you roll.
The problem
right,
is,
okay.
once we got them out of the
which
cave,
case-
there's gonna be a ice storm, and they're gonna die.
All animal companions. They go to like gingerly follow you a little bit, and then they scuttle back into their nest, and they they keep just poking their heads out. Like they'll put like a little clawed paw kind of thing out
A
of
talon.
the
Yes.
type Hujima, and then they'll kind of put it back in. They're not particularly enthusiastic about doing it. They're quite comfy where they are.
I
Cool. Are
say
they
to
particularly?
Sorry.
Sorry, there's a lot of blood around, so I just wondered, like,
There's-
they're not in. Do they
They're
suffer
not.
injured?
They are not obviously injured. There is blood.
How fresh
There's like
is the blood?
pools of. Well, it would have been pools. It's dried by this point.
Okay.
In fact, it's frozen.
Okay.
Ah.
I say to Darius and Ishtuak, they paid rather handsomely for the pieces of the mighty Galvatron. Would there be any value in attempting to bring these creatures and/or parts of them back to base?
Yeah. The adult dog, you said, yeah.
Size of an adult dog. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh.
So we'll
The scientific
They're
and
liable
magical
to.
value? I mean,
said they're alive. The last one wasn't.
Mm.
I
But they're
think-
also smaller.
I think we should, but she has to hold the reins.
And he points to Cassie.
I agree.
She says, "You can't tell me what to do, lizard. Only my man tells me what to do."
Hold the.
She snaps her fingers.
Sassy.
I hold my hands
There
up.
is a universal understanding of sassy.
Sassy.
I hold my hands up. I taught her well. What can I say?
Only my man.
So yeah. So shall we attempt to lead them back or simply leave them here?
It's a very bad idea. Yeah, they're gonna die here
What was
without
the perception
whoever.
roll?
Who's
For
the
who?
perception roll?
Whoever rolled it back then.
19.
19.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
mine 19.
you'd see a clear like the blood. You see the blood line there. That's like dragging. You can tell that. Obviously, this is not the blood of the one that Shendar killed. This is something else.
Shendar's kobold killed.
Yeah, the Sendar's kobold killed. This is obviously someone else's blood because the corpse was there. And as far as Shendas mentioned, it wasn't injured when it arrived. So as far as you're aware, it's not the blood of these two, and it's not the blood of the one that Shendar killed.
Cool. Well, I sort of noticed the blood around, and I sort of said, well, I'm feeding them meat, so they're obviously carnivorous, so there's a chance they could be dangerous. But then again, I wager they're worth a lot more alive.
I nod like.
So
Yeah, I agree. If we could attempt to lead them back, it's not too far back to camp. Perhaps if we brought them to the mage, they would have some.
how far through the day are we?
It's
Yes.
only about midday. It's 10 kilometers, so it takes you 4 hours to walk. So yeah, you set off at like dawn, so it's probably about 11 o'clock in real life time. But obviously, clocks don't exist.
We've got daylight.
You got bags of time.
Why don't we wait a little bit, see if anything comes back, before we decide to just take these out? What if mommy or daddy come back, and on our way, and we get jumped by a Galgatron?
I'd rather.
So
I said I may rather fight it in the open than in a cave, where I could.
So what if it comes back
Wolves.
right now, blocks the only exit from this cave, and we're between it and its kids?
If we wait a little bit, what's the harm in a few more hours?
I
to see if
sort
the
of give a
coast is
shiver and
clear.
say, you've never seen weather change like here.
Yeah, last time we were out here, there was something of a storm came from seemingly out of nowhere, and well, we lost Reginald. That's why we have
Oh.
Cassie.
The seventh.
Okay, well then I guess we better act fast.
Yeah.
We better do it now, or
Not do it at all. I agree.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'd like
it will take obviously 2 of you to do this. Which 2 are going to? Who's going to
Me.
take one each? So Darius is going to take one. Who's
And
step-
Cassie.
Is it actually going to be Cassie?
I mean, unless it's Joack you want to
Is Jack? Do you
do
take one,
go to it.
or do you leave it for Cassie? To
I am gonna leave it for Cassie.
Yeah. me too.
Okay. So do you want to roll me an animal handling, please, Darius? I know it's all you. Darius, you've just rolled all the
Cassie,
rolls.
being a fishwife, she has an innate animal handling
19.
skill.
Thank you
She
very
smells
much.
like
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah, exactly. Trust her.
So one sec, I'll
It's
just
like
see what
food.
happens with Cassie, because this could be hilarious. Monster manual,
When
commoner.
she dies, then we have bait.
It's-
Okay, here we go, Cassie. Straight up D20 roll. That's an 8.
She's done so well.
She's
Doing
like,
great. Does
she's
she have
like,
inspiration?
no.
She's been playing in
of course-
character.
Of course, she's in character. She's a character. She's an NPC. She's like dragging this thing. She's like holding it by the beak, and this thing is just like. Does anyone step in?
I'd guess
She
so.
tries to hold it by the beak.
She's literally holding it by the beak and pulling
Okay,
it.
yeah, I'm gonna step in and try to help her.
Okay. Roll me a straight D20.
D20. You want animal
Just a
handling?
straight D20.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Your assistance renders no help. Um,
I just slap her instead of slapping her hand. I slap the
you
beak.
just-
Can
Oh,
I,
I think you
can I
slapped
say,
her in the face. I was like,
Can,
Good
can
work.
I say,
I mean, no,
for the
terrible.
sake of this, that
Don't do that.
Bad.
I'm already outside with the other one?
Bad Galvatron.
sure.
All right, I say, all right. Seeing as I have something of a talent with dealing with Galvatrons, I will step in just this once, and I
Cool.
attempt to.
You roll an animal handling and
Yep.
pray.
Or I
Which
just
I
wave
am-
the torch in his face.
14.
Yeah, you have a little bit more luck, and it just goes. Not like that. It doesn't have like the weird throaty note. That's more like it.
There we go.
At
That
the-
sounds more like a
all I do
Galvatron.
all I do is roleplay Galvatrons. Yeah,
It just sounds like my class resource.
and yeah, you managed to get this thing to come outside.
All right.
Can we take a 2-minute break just so I can run to the toilet? Because
Yeah,
God, I
sure.
need to-
We'll talk.
Me
We'll
too.
talk to chat. Anyone who needs breaks, we'll go for it. Seeing as it's
Another
half
I
time.
Take a
needed
tinkle.
to go get something. I can't remember what it was. It's really important.
Was it your dignity? No, that's
Maybe. Oh, that was it. Yeah.
maybe
I'll be
maybe
right
it
back.
was my dignity. Yes. Left that behind long ago. How is everyone in chat today? It's good to see some new faces around. Good to see Help Me 115. Welcome. I don't know if I've seen you before. I don't think I have. And of course, Pyromancer the second. Excellent to have you around. And of course, the old loyal guys. P-Farts back again. Forever player. And Nix. And Oi Harkin. And all you guys who tune in every week. We are of course back on Monday. Not that we're finishing now, but we are back on Monday for the Broken Kingdom campaign, where our adventurers will continue their adventures. And Z-Tax, of course. Always see you around in the chat, buddy. Always see you around. And I should quickly mention, whilst I have you, my captive audience, we are actually trying to raise a bit of money to get a website up in the top left there. We've got £37, some incredibly helpful donations for our website, but we are very close. So if you are feeling a little bit generous, then send some money over. That will be most appreciated. Help Me 15 is a newbie. He's looking at getting into RPGs. Well, if you want to find a game of D&D, we are sponsored by a wonderful website known as the Stillborn Legion. It's stillborn.com. You can find it there, and they will help you find a game in your time zone of a game that you'd like to be in, and they are great. They're really friendly. Bronzebeard, the leader of Stillborn, often pops into chats to say hi. Yeah. So, find yourself a game, or just sit back and enjoy one. No, Steelborn. Steelborn, P-Farts. Not
We've had that-
anything
we've
else.
We've had that confusion in the
Star Wars
past.
Legion.
Nothing else.
No, Steelborn.
Steel-born, okay.
Born of steel.
They are born of steel. They are not born in any
Born
other
s-
way.
They're not born in any other fashion.
In any other fashion other than cast in steel. Because we do not endorse that.
We do not endorse that kind of humour.
No.
There's the line in the sand, and that's in some kind of tropical tundra region.
Yes.
Weird combination.
They don't steal the newborns either for another player. Wow, they don't do that. So Myth, how are you enjoying your stay so far?
I'm enjoying it a lot. It's a lot of fun to be on the other side of
Yes.
of the screen.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice to play every once in a while. It's nice to play the guessing game and the oh shit, what's gonna happen to me game
Yes. Yeah.
on a PC. I shouldn't be too married to this character, but I am.
Yeah.
It's alright if you want to, like, obviously you normally work these days, but next time you want to take a day off and come play, you're more than welcome to. We'll keep him, he'll be in the background doing his thing. So, obviously if he doesn't die, which is almost guaranteed.
Yeah.
And of
Shall
course,
we?
yes, Encounter Roleplay and Mythmatic may have other things in the works, in the pipeline, my friends. So.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, you can check
We
out that.
may be working together down the line to get some cool things going for
Definitely.
Get the hype on.
people on your side of the time zone and on mine.
Indeed. So shall we continue, chaps?
Yes.
We shall.
We shall. So as you get these Galgatrons outside, Finbar, as you kind of go outside, you see Darius is like, he's kind of struggling with one of them. It's kind of, if you can see like the trail of blood, it goes further away from town, and the Galgatron that Darius is holding is I hate you for this. We have to call it the Galgatron because that's what it's called in this
That's
world.
so
now.
good, yeah.
And it's
Oh, we know
pulling
that.
it's pulling towards like the trail of blood.
Okay.
So yeah, and as you go outside, your Galgatron starts joining in. They're trying to they're clearly trying to follow it.
I say, Cassie, do you have any fish on you?
She kind of it's really hard for her to get into a pocket because she's got like bags all over her because she's got all your stuff. She's only
Oh my god, sorry chaps, but we've just had £10 from Hertz.
What?
What an incredible donation.
Website goal.
Yeah, we've just reached
Thank
website
you.
goal. That's incredible, my friend. Let me put your name on there. That's
Hertz, you are an absolute diamond.
Gentleman and a scholar.
You've gone out of your way, my friend, to help us out here. We now have more than enough money to get that
To go
website
to
going.
Ibiza.
That's incredible, my friend.
That's great.
Yes.
It's,
Well, that's
it's
no
the-
goodbye. We're
it's,
off.
it's the secret Ibiza fund. Damn, you've rumbled us. Let me find them. Carry on, guys. Whilst I put Hertz's.
Yeah, the
Wonderful
the
donation.
Galgatron. She pulls out like the skeleton of a fish.
Of
You don't know why
course.
she's got that, but that's all she's got. She
what
looks
she's got.
she looks at you as if she's been the most helpful person of all time.
You're welcome.
She's
She out extends a hand to you.
Never mind. Keep it.
So yeah, what are you guys gonna do about this?
Cool.
Well, my
I look
plan's
off
out
in
the
the
window.
direction. I look off in the direction that they're all heading, or they're trying to head, and I sort of want to see if I can sort of I'm going to sort of like talk to it, like in the same way you talk to a dog. Like I'm aware it doesn't really understand, but I'm
Yeah.
going to sort of calmingly talk to it, and I'm going to start walking in that direction very slowly, but yeah, and I'm going to motion for people to follow me if they
Cool.
want to. You can go home if you want to.
Yeah, so it's kind of leading you. You're kind of you in fact you can't really keep hold of it, but it's at one point it breaks loose, and it's only following at a walk, and it keeps checking to see if you're following.
Okay.
Is anyone
which
from the
case-
party not following? I am following. You're all following. Cool.
Yeah, I'd follow.
Yeah. So yeah, it pretty much it leads you. For as long as you guys will follow it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there
I'll
like
keep-
a it's
Yeah, I'll keep.
pretty
No,
much
I'm kind of invested at this
Are
point.
we
Yeah.
heading the wrong direction for town?
you're heading
Are we
directly.
heading
You're
into the
heading
forest?
north. You're heading like northwest. You're not heading towards the forest. I'll actually going to. Are you going to follow this and just see where it goes?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah.
Cool. If I'll
It's
just
bringing us somewhere else.
yeah, it's taking you
No.
places.
Okay.
Okay, we'll hop you to the map of town, and then we'll hop you along to the map. And we'll take things out the GM layer, because you've just explored some shiz.
Ooh.
Oh my.
Oh my. Where is the map? Ah, aha.
Um,
I found it for stream. There you go, stream. And I should say, welcome, Degwall to the adventure. Thank you very much for following. And Wildfire, thank you. It is our own overlay, and I'm using OBS to stream, and I used Photoshop to create the overlay. Degwald, I'm not sure why your gold isn't showing up, my friend. It should do shortly. Sometimes it takes a bit to update.
so, if I could work it out.
That's where we were.
So
Oh,
you've
that's where we
just
are.
gone from this cave. It's taken you
Mhm.
about 6 hours, but you've covered that. It's
Are we
about
heading north?
northwest.
did you say?
Can you see the line that I'm pinging on?
Yeah,
See that?
that's it.
Yeah, you're heading that away.
We've gone that ways.
Okay.
Um,
I'm going to be updating my map as I go, so that's
yeah,
out.
that's why I'm
Yes.
hiding everything. I'll do the edge of the forest for you as well. Map. Oh, well, I've got so many fucking tokens on this. I spent a lot of time on this, and I regret every minute.
Don't worry.
There we go. Layout.
It's all
map.
worth it.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
That's great.
I assume you can see that I obviously have a weird version because I've got the GM layer as well. Cool. So you reach, like, do you want to roll me a perception?
Following help me 15. Enjoy that gold, my friend.
Ishtrak, do you want to roll me a perception? Seeing as the other two are busy kind of following these little things.
I'm busy telling Cassie about how I
Ooh.
How you
tamed
slayed
these creatures.
You are them. We've got an 8. You see the entrance to a cave. And there's odd bits of blood going into it.
Hmm.
And the Galgatrons are heading towards it. They're in fact probably like 2 meters away from it now, and they're kind of quietly just going, and they're looking at the party.
What? I'm gonna try to. What it looks like they want to go in.
They're just looking at you. You don't understand you don't speak Galgatron, unfortunately.
Galgatronic.
No, I do.
I apologize.
Only I speak
Um,
Galgatronic, I'll have you know.
James.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my lord.
I literally need to pop out the room. I'll be 2 seconds.
That's okay.
Where is this
Not
map?
okay.
We're back in town, are we? We're back on the town map.
All right. So
I know. I'm just going to.
I point out to the rest of the party.
Blood. Cave.
Do we want to go in there?
No.
No. I
But it
mean,
looks like they do.
yeah. Do you reckon there might be... Maybe that's parent in there. And I don't
Yeah.
see the parent giving us any gold.
No.
In which case we should see if we can get them back into town.
Well,
We traveled 4 hours out of town or out of the cave.
You traveled 4 hours from town to the first cave, and you've traveled
Okay.
another 6. It's actually getting dark.
oh boy. Well, if we suspect to probably
Dusk is
survive the
coming.
night, we should probably get.
Yeah,
Some
you would.
sort of cover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Finvar, you'd remember how cold it gets at night.
And from what I hear, we probably should get some shelter.
Yeah, we're probably too far out now to head back to town if we want to get there in time, so perhaps the cave is the only option. Perhaps we should venture in and see if there's shelter. Perhaps if we bring the children to a greater Galgatron, then it would not be so angered with us.
Grant you.
Grant us boons.
Yeah. So just for you and Darius, they've just been discussing because it's getting towards like evening now. It's starting to get dark. They're just the two of them were discussing whether they want to go in. There's a cave and there's blood leading into it.
I cautiously enter.
Cool. So you're going. Are there any of the others following? And what do you do with your Galgatron? Oh, the Galgatrons.
I think the Galgatron should lead the way.
The Galgatron, the one that was, they both follow. Darius. Darius, are you doing this stealthily? I assume.
Yeah.
Roll me a stealth.
Because they always go so well. I'm literally the least stealthy. Do I get any bonus for having proficiency in stealth?
Yeah, you just click the button, and it will do it as long as you've got proficiency ticked. It'll do it. It'll add it automatically.
Cool. No, doesn't matter. You know what? I'm going to use my inspiration.
Sweet. Okay.
It's the only way I ever get
So
anything done.
roll me a perception.
Okay.
Roll me a perception. I will be blind, don't worry. 20! There you are.
Okay, you see the following when I manage to click on. There we go. A number of corpses. You see a dead person, you see a dead dog, and you see a dead horse. And you see a dead Galgatron. A big dead Galgatron. Are the rest of the party following?
Yeah.
Cool.
I would
Everyone
at least.
roll me a stealth. Who's coming in?
I can't see the map. For chat.
Also, you see a live creature. You see what is essentially it's a large, like 7 foot tall humanoid, very hairy. He's wearing some hide armor. He's got a big club in one hand. You'd recognize. You probably. I don't know whether you recognize this. Ishtarak, you're stealthy as all fuck. What about you, Finbar?
Sorry, I'm just getting the map on for chat to be able to see properly.
Cool.
Give me a second, I'll be rolling right for you. There we go. Stealth. This sounds like something Finbar may not be able to.
What does Finbar play? What's his?
He plays. Oh, okay. Well, that's a 20. Not
Cool.
that 20.
Do you guys want to position yourself just in this end bit? You've come in from the right hand side. If you guys want to position yourself in the thing, while I roll stealth for the Galgatrons.
Finbar plays.
If you guys, put your counters on the thing.
I will try.
While I find Galgatron stats.
Finbar plays the lute and the pan flute and the drum.
Of course he pans.
What, right now?
No.
got-
That's. I was just answering Miss question.
Stealth 20, he silently plays all the instruments.
Ba-da-bum, 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 ba-bum.
He's just air banding. It's
The pan flute of war.
James, on a perception 20, could I tell if that is Vox down there?
It's not Vox. It's like a Yorkshire Terrier. Actually, no, it's a Border Collie. It's a Border Collie. Either way, it's not Vox.
Okay.
Yeah, you. So position yourselves on the map, if you will.
Oh, am I in the right sort of place? Is that correct?
Yes, that kind of area, anywhere really this side, and you have one turn to move basically,
Okay.
and then the bugbear's going to roll a perception.
What?
Spoiler! It's a bugbear.
I mean, definitely not bugbear.
You'd recognise it anyway once you've killed it.
Yeah. Once I
Once
killed
you're-
it.
once you're close to it, because it's like got its back turned to you. It just
Yeah.
looks like a big hairy man. But it's very obvious once you get anywhere near it.
And can you ping it
what
for
you-
chat?
Do you have the token?
This one. There you go.
Yeah, I can't get my token up. I don't know why.
Can't get it up.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time, Josh.
This almost never happens to me, guys.
Buzz- Zing.
Honestly, it never happens.
There you go. Position yourself as you would like to be, Josh.
Thank you.
Are you on there, Ishtarak?
No.
Do you have a? Did you put your thing on your character sheet?
Oh no. I thought you were doing it. I got it.
Put your thing on the
Somewhere
character
right
sheet
there.
and then add yourself on there. So you're putting yourself there. I'll roll perception for the Galgatron. Finbar, where would you be?
Probably here, just so I can see in.
Cool. Does everyone want to be rolling me an initiative while we're at it as well?
Yes.
Just for the inevitable shitstorm that's about to go down.
Initiative. Oh, yes. My initiative doesn't work for some reason.
15.
No, yeah, initiative's really weird lately. 15.
Yep.
Right, let's go into my notes.
I rolled a 19.
Wait, where do I add it?
Click edit on your character sheet.
Yeah, edit, and then I've got the avatar.
Yeah, put it in the avatar,
Oh, okay.
and then you can drag the avatar onto the thing.
Ah, it's beautiful.
The Galgatrons are. There you go. Place
Oh, there you
yourself
go, right.
where you would like to be. Anywhere basically adjacent to Darius or behind him, further back behind. So we've got Finbar. Can you roll us an initiative, please? Ishtrak.
I can, if I can get the catchy.